Hello and welcome to another episode here on Cruiseandcoasters. I am in California and we are checking out Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California today. It is an absolutely stunning day, blue skies, nice and warm, just an absolutely beautiful SoCal day. And it's just so nice not having so much humidity. The coasters are running. I'm so excited to be back at this park. There are a few credits that I have never gotten in the many visits that I've been to here at Six Flags Magic Mountain, including Superman. I've never been on it forwards or backwards in like the 6 or 7 times that I've been here, and the app says it is currently closed. So I'm not sure if we're even gonna get that today, but we're certainly gonna try. So, park is open 10:30 a.m. until 8 p.m. today. Let's go check out Six Flags Magic Mountain. We are in the park, and holy moly, I forget every single time just how far that walk is from the parking lot to the front gate. Oh my goodness, I must have closed my exercise ring already on my Apple Watch. Good, exciting news, my friends. While we were walking to the front gate, Superman started testing and it is launching. So that's where I'm heading first, because this ride does have a huge history of having a lot of technical issues. So I want to get on this ride as quickly as possible while it is running. So that's where we're headed. After what feels like a 30-minute walk and a climb up the mountain, we have made it to Superman, and hopefully it's open, or all that climbing would have been for absolutely nothing. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, there it goes. I think we might get it this time. Holy moly, I just got off 2 back-to-back rides on Superman, Escape from Krypton, I think is what it is called, and if you can't tell, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was such a simple coaster, and I was just like, it's not gonna do much, but like, man, launching backwards at 100 miles per hour, where else in the world can you do that? Certainly not Sandusky, Ohio. You cannot do that there. And oh my God, it is absolutely so much fun. It's such a simple ride, but it's so enjoyable. The ride itself is so smooth. I did do like a front row, which it does launch backwards, so I guess that's like the back row, but front row facing backwards. And that was just so cool to see like all of the track just like flying in front of you as you go backwards, and then like looking down straight 400 feet was just absolutely incredible. And the one thing I did not like about it is I rode the edge seat, and there's like a little arm guard, and it's like very claustrophobic. So if you don't like the feeling of like being enclosed, don't ride on the edge seat, that's for sure. And then of course I had to do a back seat ride to get as far up the tower as possible, and that was equally as smooth and incredible, and just absolutely loved it. And it was a walk-on, like you absolutely cannot beat that. Oh, what a great start to Six Flags Magic Mountain so far. Next up on our coaster adventure here at Six Flags Magic Mountain was none other than Wonder Woman Flight of Courage, which is the RMC single rail here. It is a pretty close clone to Jersey Devil at Six Flags Great Adventure. It is 1 foot taller, so they say, and it is a little bit longer because it has a different ending to make sure that it could fit within the space that they had for it. But I will tell you, it runs remarkably better than Jersey Devil, and I don't know the science behind it. I'm just a coaster enthusiast that rides these things. It runs so much smoother, it runs faster, and the mid-course is completely turned off. Now, I will give Great Adventure credit. When we were there last month, their mid-course was also really not trimming, and the second half of the ride was running pretty phenomenal. But overall, this ride is just running so much smoother. It has some really good ejector moments of airtime. The ending bunny hops are really, really fun with some flowjector, good inversions. Overall, like, it's a great ride. I I think I'm like coming around to the single rails. I didn't love them at first. The only thing is I wish they would figure out a different train because I hate how you have to sit bow-legged. It's very, very uncomfortable. But overall, great ride. If you've been watching the channel for a bit, you guys will know that I unironically really do enjoy the B&M stand-up coasters, and I'm really disappointed that we have so few left. And I was really upset that the Green Lantern was closed at Great Adventure, so I think we're gonna take a quick spin on Green Lantern next. No, this is not the Green Lantern, this is Riddler's Revenge. I'm a mess. Just finished my ride on the Riddler's Revenge. It was running absolutely fantastic. I rode in row 7 even, and it was running great. I mean, yes, there's a little bit of a rattle to it. It's not the most comfortable ride. You are standing up basically on a bike seat through, I think it's like 6 inversions. This ride reminds me so much of Mantis at Cedar Point, which was a stand-up coaster that they turned into Rougarou, which is now a floorless coaster. And I miss Mantis so much. I love the stand-up version of it so much more than I do the floorless. And this one has such a similar layout. It's like a beefed up, a little bit more intense version of Mantis. The positive G's are just insane on your legs, but I love it. I'm a B&M stand-up fan, and so glad that they are keeping this one running. And hopefully it stays around for many more years. I'm starting to get quite hungry after this morning just running ride after ride after ride. So I think it's time for a little bit of lunch. For lunch, I ordered at Carlini's Pizzeria, and it came with a Caesar salad, a huge piece of pepperoni pizza, and then I opted for a Coke Zero drink. What's interesting though, with the Caesar salad, they don't actually have Caesar dressing, so you just get like a typical Caesar salad, but your option was only ranch, so that's fine, that'll do. After a delicious pizza, and it was pretty good. I made my way over to the Scream Punk District now, which is where they have Twisted Colossus and Scream, the parking lot coaster. And it says, what the past would have looked like if the future had happened sooner. Okay, pop off JoJo's Siwa, yesterday's tomorrow's today. That's what it's giving. First up in the Scream Punk District is going to be Twisted Colossus, which, fun fact, this was actually the first RMC roller coaster that I ever rode, and I still enjoy it today, so very excited to see how it's riding today. got off a insane ride on Twisted Colossus, and I don't think this one gets enough credit. Yes, it's almost 10 years old. By the way, can you believe that Twisted Colossus is almost 10 years old? Opened up in 2015, so this is its 9th season, and I think it's held up fantastic. It is so smooth, so fun. It has 2 different tracks, so it is a racing roller coaster, but you basically get to go through it 2 times. The blue track and then the green one. I think the green one is my favorite because the high five element is so much whippier than the blue one. And I really do love the zero-G stall on this one. It's a really, really good one. They are only running 2 trains today, which means typically they would not be able to duel or race. They usually need 3 trains for that. But what they've done is they're dispatching 1 train, stacking the one behind it, and then they are getting out that second one as quickly as possible. So even though you won't duel on both of them, at least you might get 1 dueling race on Twisted Colossus today. And the ride-ups are actually doing a fantastic job. There's only 2 of them on platform, but they're absolutely killing it today. Fantastic ride. Magic Mountain's killing it today. They're absolutely blowing my expectations out of the water. So I think next I'm gonna head to Scream, which is the floorless coaster that's behind me. And we've made our way to Scream, the park's floorless coaster, as I mentioned. This one is literally built just on top of the parking lot. I just always call it Scream, the parking lot coaster. But your fun fact on this one is that it is actually a mirror layout of Medusa at Six Flags Great Adventure that we were just at. So if you haven't seen that vlog, you should go check it out. Admittedly, we're having a much better day here at Magic Mountain than we did in that vlog at Great Adventure, though. Here we go. Was running absolutely phenomenal. That was brilliant. The first half of the ride up until the mid-course was so fast, so forceful. Oh my gosh, the zero-G loop was absolutely incredible. The Cobra roll had such good whip into it. And then even after the brake run, the mid-course, so I remember Medusa at Great Adventure lost a lot of speed and you didn't really get a lot of force in these double interlocking corkscrews. Here, it was just a little bit of trim on it. Overall, it was still really fun, really forceful, up until the final brake one, which is great. A little bit of rattle on the edge seats, but I've just kind of come to expect that from B&M at this point. Overall, phenomenal ride on Scream. I wouldn't mind honestly going a couple more times because that was fantastic, and it was a complete walk-on even for the front row. I was just checking the time after I got off Scream, and it's about 2:15, which means it's crazy. Everything that you've seen in the vlog so far up until this point, I've done in about 3 hours time. That's crazy. It's been the best day here at Magic Mountain that I've had in a really, really long time, and almost everything is open. Up next, this iconic sign for Goliath, so that means, yeah, we're heading on the park's hypercoaster, Goliath. It's just up there, that orange coaster that definitely needs a lot of repainting and a lot of help. attractions to catch you up on. So we did Goliath, as you saw there, and Goliath is super fun. A lot of people hate on it. I think it has some like really fun floater airtime and that really elongated airtime hill after the turnaround. Also, the drop into the tunnel is super fun. I really enjoy that. It's not very steep at all, but it's really, really cool just like barreling towards the tunnel. Like, you're not really sure if you're gonna make it. I love it. And then the helices at the end are so forceful and so powerful. It's like the stay awake challenge on Goliath. If you know, you know. You definitely like will gray out, if not black out on those. It's absolutely obscene. And then I also did a ride on Full Throttle. It's a custom Premier launch, multi-launch coaster, launches forwards and backwards. And I absolutely love the launches, so punchy and so forceful. Really, really enjoyed it. Really good hang time in the vertical loop, that's phenomenal. The backward launch is okay, the forward launch is fine. And then you get some crazy good airtime going over the top hat as you're like whipped into the brake run. It's a super silly, goofy moment, but yeah, I think it works really well for the ride, and it's not terribly uncomfortable. I know a lot of people say they get punched in the gut with the lap bar. I think the further back you are when you get whipped over the top, the bigger that punch in the gut might be. I sat closer to the front and it wasn't too terrible. Now I'm just kind of chilling out. It's like 95 degrees. It's quite warm today. Enjoying a little icy cool down moment before I go on some other attractions. There's a lot more to do in this park, and we've only been here about like 5-ish hours now, and we've done so much today. I'm really, really happy with how the day is going. And yeah, there's like almost 5 hours left, so about halfway through the day. This is gonna be somewhat controversial, maybe a hot take if you will, here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm currently in the queue for my least favorite attraction here, X2. I've never gotten the hype, never gotten the love for her. Just not my thing, not my jam, but I am gonna do it this time, and I will let you know if that opinion changes any after riding it today. I do think it might be on one train, so it probably is gonna be a bit of a wait, but I think honestly, okay, like we haven't really waited for anything so far today, so I'm willing to give it like a 15-30 minute wait. We'll see what happens. Because it was one train ops and they were really just like allowing the Flash Pass guests to go through. I gave up and purchased a Flash Pass for $12 each for me and my friend to get on. They ended up grouping us in row 1, which like, use that on somebody who wants it. Girlie did not want that. And my review of that ride, I hate X2. Like that is not fun. Like I know that as a hot take, you might click off of this video. I don't really hate many rides, but this is one that I just genuinely, I don't like it. I don't understand why people like it. I get like the extreme appeal to it, but and that's just not for me. The spinning while going through the ride, that's just not for me. But like it's genuinely rough. Like the way that it wiggles back and forth and shakes, it's just like, I don't know. That's not for me. I won't rant on this forever. I don't want you guys to hate me, but like X2, no, never again. Next up on the list is the Superior Aero roller coaster, and I said what I said, is Viper. I love this coaster, and I hope it stays here for a really long time. finished up a ride on the park's Nickelodeon Slime Streak flying coaster. Totally kidding, but that's kind of what it looks like. This is Tatsu, of course, the park's B&M flying coaster, and it was running incredible. This ride, I think, rides a really delicate balance of being incredible, but also really intense, especially on hot days. And today, it was riding the incredible line, which was absolutely amazing. You get some really, really good positive G's as you kind of swing back and forth throughout the park on the mountain. The views are spectacular. And then this pretzel loop behind me is unhinged. It is massive, and when you get pinned down on your back, it feels like there's an elephant sitting on your chest. It is absolutely crazy, but in like the best way possible. I don't think it's my favorite B&M flyer. I do think Manta at SeaWorld Orlando still has my heart. I think that one has like that perfect balance of like graceful flyer with some intensity to it. This one's just a lot more intense, but still really enjoyable. We've had a fun little afternoon doing some re-rides of things that we really loved and enjoyed, and I think we have time for one more ride before we head out. And we're gonna make our last ride of the night Twisted Colossus, because this has been my favorite coaster of the day. Sadly, it looks like Twisted Colossus is going to remain closed for the evening. It broke down when we were like a few trains away from getting on, and it doesn't look like it's going to open anytime soon, so I think we're just going to call it a night here. Overall, I think this was like probably one of my favorite visits to Six Flags Magic Mountain. I think the operations were actually quite good. The food stands were like very tolerable and very easy to manage. All the rides like were basically open, running multiple trains on most of the rides as well. I don't really have any complaints today. Like, I think that Six Flags Magic Mountain, if they can operate like this consistently, I think can be like one of the better parks in the United States, honestly. I think it was just absolutely fantastic. We just had a really, really good time here. Like I mentioned, I think probably my favorite Six Flags Magic Mountain visit I've ever had. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. You guys are awesome. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit the like button to fight the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see more coaster content like this. We are heading to Universal Studios Hollywood tomorrow, and then Knott's Berry Farm for our little like California Labor Day series. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at Universal Studios Hollywood. Bye.